Welcome back, everybody. Today we're going to talk about a case study on a delinquent loan in Georgia and how we were able to work out a win-win resolution on this loan. First, we're going to share our disclaimer. Please pause the screen and read the information that is on the slide. So let's talk about this non-performing loan in Georgia. This was a 3-bedroom, 1-bath home in Georgia. And we were able to acquire this loan at about 60% of the unpaid balance on the loan. Georgia, typically loans are a little more expensive because in Georgia, the foreclosure process is very short. Typically can be done in 90 to 120 days. It's one of the fastest in the country. So loans sell for a little bit more in Georgia. The borrower on this loan was what we called semi-performing. They're making sporadic payments. I still consider that non-performing, but they were making an effort to make the payments. There was little information when we were doing our due diligence on the loan because the prior lender was not doing a lot of reach out with the borrower, so it was not a lot of back and forth or contact regarding it. But the property did have equity, as the value was roughly about $75,000 and the total payoff on the loan was roughly $30,000. So we wanted to really get an idea for what was going on with this loan. So when we acquired the loan, like I said, the borrower was making payments on and off, and our servicer also was having trouble making contact with the borrower. So one of the things we like to do is send what's called a door knocker, which is a professional service that will go to the house and knock on the door, and they can either hand them some type of notice saying, hey, please call the servicer. Other times they may say, hey, we want to get your loan servicer on the call. Are you willing to talk to them? In many instances, the people might just, comment that, hey, I'm not interested, thank you, have a good day. And now you have to respect everything that they want and you just walk away, which was really what happened in this case because the door knocker went and basically they did receive a notice saying, please call the servicer, but they did not want to talk with the servicer at that time. So after this event and still the lack of being able to communicate, we did have to get an attorney involved to send a letter. And having an attorney send a letter usually gets people's attention, when it says the law office is up in the corner. So in this instance, it actually worked. The borrower called the attorney to get an understanding what was going on, and then also finally called the servicer as well. And then once we were able to communicate, there was a little embarrassment on the borrower because they weren't able to make payments, but they also didn't know what to say. It's a common occurrence with people. If they can't make a payment, they kind of will not want to talk to individuals because they feel that they may get harassed, which is typically, or in our instance, that is not the case. We use professional servicers that are trained to how to talk with borrowers. So what we found out about this loan was the borrower actually was in the process of trying to renovate the house to sell the property. And they overstretched a little bit on the renovations. And we're wondering, what can we do? How can we work things out? And we had two options. We could go down the foreclosure path because it is so fast in Georgia. But this borrower had a lot of equity, so why would we try and force a foreclosure to have the property sell for less? We'd get paid off, but he might not get as much. He could file bankruptcy, but why not just try and work with the borrower? So what we did is we worked out a plan with the borrower because we like to follow, I'll call it the trust but verify. We believe what they're saying, but we want to verify things that they can make some payments. So we asked the borrower if we could do an interior inspection. We asked him to execute a listing agreement within a specific period, within a few weeks, and then try and get the property listed within 30 days. And the borrower said, yeah, I'll agree to that. And during this time, we basically say, hey, look, we'll continue to defer payments as long as you meet our expectations. So the borrower allowed us to get an interior inspection. Yes, they were in the process of renovating the property, which was probably about 80-90% done. The borrower was still working on getting, the listing agreement, which they did get a listing agreement done, but they were holding off on listing it. So it showed the intent that, yes, they're going to list the property and, then get it listed. The borrower, it took a little bit longer than the 30 days. but the borrower ended up getting the property listed. It was probably about 45 days later. And once it got listed, the borrower, the property pretty much went under agreement, within several days. And within 45 days later, the borrower sold the property. Now, why is this a win-win for us? On the borrower side, they got, market value for the property versus having to sell it, distressed. And for us, we got our full payoff on the loan. So by allowing us to get our full payoff, it allowed us to enhance our fees significantly on the loan because, again, we bought it at a 60% discount. I'm sorry, a 40% discount. So we bought it 60 cents on the dollar. And then within the span of 6+ months, we're able to make some, a nice fee on this asset. So hope you enjoyed this video. If you want, we have other case studies on our YouTube page, 70 Investments. If you're interested in learning more about our offering, you can email us at invest@70investments.com, or feel free to call us at 805-410-8577, or visit us on the web at 70investments.com. So thank you, and hope you have an enjoyable day.